whenever a film comes to New York and is looking for something within a close proximity to Manhattan and the rest of the city, Ditmas Park offers great suburban locales. You have tree-lined streets, you have suburban homes. It kind of offers anything you would really need for more of a out in the country look. If you talk to the top 10 scouts in New York City, between them, they have every single house in this neighborhood on file. They know the people who live there. They know what the inside of the house is like. They know if they've remodeled in the last couple of years. Like, a lot of people keep up with Ditmas Park contacts.
We started with Electric Company, and then we did an episode for The Good Wife, and we did an episode for Smash, and then we did a Huggies commercial. And in between, I think, The Good Wife and Smash, we did an independent film.
One day there was a flyer in our mailbox, and it was for this show I'd heard about, a HBO show, Boardwalk Empire. I thought, oh, well, I guess I'll call. And I called, and they came and took pictures and looked at a bunch of houses and ended up choosing ours. They came to us in season 3. They'd already filmed a couple seasons using other locations for Eli's house. I hadn't watched it, and I didn't have HBO. I have seen it since. I've watched it since we've been on it. Our house. I feel like we're on it, but it's really just our house that's on it.
It was a little scary at first because it's so invasive. You have so many people coming through your house with lots of equipment. A day of setup where they come in and they're trying to plan what they're going to do. They'll move out your furniture. And then usually it's a day, maybe a day and a half of shooting. And it can be a full day. You know, they come at 6 o'clock in the morning generally. And often they won't leave till 11 o'clock or midnight.
After we got a little more savvy, we realized make other plans. Be out of the house as much as possible, because there's going to be some degree of chaos, but the payoff is very good.
We always try to earmark it for something to improve our house, which is really a luxury and very lucky.
My best payday ever was a Law and Order shoot, and they had to build a wall where none existed between these two rooms. They shot one scene, they dismantled the wall, and they were out of the house by 4 o'clock, and we got $8,000. I think there's a big effort made by the crews to not create too much disturbance for surrounding neighbors, but inevitably somebody gets upset.
You're never prepared for the sounds of the 18-wheelers driving down your small street and, you know, scratching the branches of the trees, and out come all the equipment spilling out of the back of their trucks, and all of the cables that start actually down the block and around the corner and then make their way up the street and into your house.
They wake me up at 7 o'clock in the morning before I really want to get up with noise. Sometimes they walk on my lawn when, you know, they don't pay super close attention to that.
Some neighbor is going to have the porta potty out in front of their house. Someone is going to be woken up later at night because of lights shining on the neighbor's house. We're trying to create a day scene at 11 o'clock at night.
Our neighborhood, I think, did a really smart thing in that we set up a trust.
Generally, the production company will give a donation to our association, our neighborhood association, which is wonderful. It allows us to do other things for the community.
Funding block parties, beautification projects, cleaning, graffiti, that sort of thing.
The only thing I'll say about Ditmas Park that can be tough is the driveways. Everybody's got a driveway out here, which is, if you live in New York, a driveway is a luxury, you know? When you bring a big production out here and you have the long trailers and the honey wagons and the equipment trucks, in New York City, you can just take blocks and blocks of parking because there's no driveways and everyone can just, you know, jam onto the same block. But here, you have to be really careful and really particular about people's driveways. And a lot of times, you could spend a week just out here buying people's driveways to park all of your trucks.
It's not usually your immediate neighbor who's getting their car towed because we all have driveways out here. So it's really others than just sort of more in the area who do depend on the streets.
I feel bad for my neighbors who can't find a place to park or have to look a little harder than usual. But it's great for the neighborhood.
it's pretty cool to see Hugh Grant sitting on somebody's porch, or Luke Wilson.
Queen Latifah, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader.
And the neighbors get a chance to check out the stars, and, you know, it's part of the fabric of the neighborhood. It's part of the fabric of the neighborhood.